Hi everybody, it's Dan aka Prof Chipboard here, and this is my week 1 UBC match against LevineMa v Boston Kommo-o. Now, this is like my 4th time trying to record this, and so even though I'm going to be trying to be entertaining, I won't be. I mean, if you listen to any of my videos before, I've never been entertaining and probably never will be. So let's head on past that minor problem and just have a look at his team. Potentially he can bring anything from Circuitry, Mega Beadrill, Minior, Mimikyu, Toxapex, Umbreon, Empoleon, Gliscor, Hawlucha, Delphox and Torterra. So basically there's a big split between his offensive mons and then all his sort of defensive stuff. Because you've got Circuitry, the Mega Beadrill, the Mimikyu, and sorry, he's got Circuitry, Mega Beadrill, Minior, Hawlucha, and Delphox, which really are his offensive mons, and then he's got fat stuff like Toxapex and Umbreon. So basically either he's going to be pivoting into his bulky stuff or trying to hit me. So thankfully it shouldn't be. I probably won't have to be too scout heavy in this match. His hazard control is bad. To be honest, because it's Gliscor, if I remember correctly, it's Gliscor and so it's Gliscor, Mega Beadrill, and Empoleon. Empoleon is the only one there which really wants to run run Defog, because Gliscor can't run Poison Heal, and also Defog Mega Beadrill is really bad. Yeah. So basically the plan is, because a lot of his big threats such as the Minior and the Mega Beadrill and the Circuitry as well, doesn't really appreciate him either, are weak to rocks / spikes. I'm gonna put up some rocks / spikes and then just try and sweep him with something. Yeah. I've got like a really good offensive matchup this match. So I've brought my Lucario with Sugar Berry, Source Dance, Bullet Punch, and Ice Punch, and and Close Combat as well, and enough speed to outspeed Circuitry. Sugar allows me to potentially set up in the face of Gliscor if I'm faster than it, or the Mega Beadrill because it'll have Drill Run to hit me, and then put in a huge amount of work. I have my Mega Garchomp with SD, Outrage, Earthquake. No, sorry, SD Outrage, Earthquake, and Aquatail. Aquatail as Outrage is only there because it guarantees like an OK on Umbreon at +2, because I've got barely any attack investment. I'm bulky. This thing can basically win, or basically get a kill if it comes in, because he doesn't have a good switch into it, except really the Minior, but even that gets Mimikyu, but that gets killed by 2 EQs, and the Aquatail is there to hit the Gliscor. Then I have Scolipede. I have Spikes because he doesn't appreciate Spikes, EQ, Mega Horn, and Baton Pass. I have my Ground Z Crystal on this in case the Toxapex wants to come in and thinks it mauls me. It also allows me to hit Oko, I believe, a Empoleon. So yeah, this is just good. Then I have Scarf Kyurem, outspeeds his entire team. Oko's a lot of his team after rocks, like stuff like the Minior and things like that. Then I have my hazard stacking Suicide Lead on the star with Shell Smash, Scold, Stealth Rock, and Earth Power. Basically, with this, I can either I've got Sash as well and Weak Arm. I can basically decide to get up a layer of hazards, or try and sweep him, depending on what his team investment was. If he brought a load of really fat stuff, and I could just try and sweep him from turn 1. And then finally, I have my Fizdef Necrozma with Moonlight, Toxic, Calm Mind, and Psychic, which is basically here because otherwise I can very easily take a hit from full from Minior, and the Hawlucha can basically recover up again. U-turn damage from the Mega Beadrill. So let's hop into this rather than me talking for much longer, and I'm going to try and be entertaining. Unsurprisingly, I lead off, and he clicks High Jump Kick. Crit doesn't matter at all. No, literally 0 matter. Get up Stealth Rocks, get up Scold. Lovely damage there. Trigger is Berry. Basically that tells me, no burn unfortunately, rip. Yeah, I go out into this, it takes any hit. I don't mind playing sort of forcing him out. Umbreon comes in mass no problem because it gives me a completely free switch into Lucario. And basically he doesn't have a switch into here, and I basically decide rather than just clicking close combat or ice punch and then getting walled by the Mimikyu or something like that, I decide just to try an SD and win in case... No, sorry. I try an SD because I can potentially win if he goes into Gliscor, because I can then just smack him with ice punch and then basically everything else is in range of bullet punch or close combat. Unfortunately he goes out into a Hawlucha, which I sort of didn't think about. But it's not a big deal because I have this which hard counters it. High jump kick miss doesn't really matter because Psychic Okos and also he did about 20%. I predicted him to go to the Umbreon, but here he's just sacking it, so I turn after Hawlucha goes down, and I'm at 50%. Not the end of the world because that's the main thing I need the best thing to deal with. Next, he goes out to Gliscor, shows that he has Taunt. You don't know if he's got any speed investment here from here because I have none as well. So here I can pivot out into my Kyurem, which will scare it out and basically force him into the Umbreon. He actually reveals U-turn here, so we know Taunt U-turn. He's probably got Roost and EQ. So we know basically his entire moveset. He goes out into the Umbreon. It doesn't matter. It's a free switch into either my Lucario or my Scolipede, but I decided to go Scolipede because I can get spikes up and I can start speed passing into my Mega Garchomp, which is one of my win cons along with the Lucario. So here, beautiful spike. He, I believe, taunts me, which is a bit annoying because it means I can't set up an SD first turn with my Mega Chomp and outspeed his entire team outside of something like Scarf, Mimikyu. So here I Aqua Tail. Matt reveals that he's not like 100% Fizz Def, but he's got a decent amount of physical. He's got like a decent amount of Fizz Def, and like no speed. So Lucario can revenge, Kyurem can revenge, or Lucario technically can sit up on his face. Kyurem can kill it, and so I'm not too worried about it at this point. I get my Swords Dance and yeah, basically Aqua Tail and hope that I don't miss. I fortunately don't, and that's Gliscor down, and now it's looking like super good for Lucario to sweep, even better than it was before, particularly because he didn't bring back Toxapex, which is the only real stop to it. Mimikyu comes out. Shadow Sneak is a roll to kill me from here because I'm bulky, so even if he was sort of Life Orb, sorry, it didn't kill if he wasn't. So yeah, he lets me break his disguise, which is sort of understandable. Kelvin comes out and he's in range of Ice Beam, and I don't want to take damage on my Lucario because I still want to be able to take a hit from the Mega Beedrill. That Mimikyu goes down, Umbreon comes out, and basically here all I have to do is go into Lucario because even if he doubles, nothing on his team can OHKO me, because I have the Sugar Berry / Acrobatics from Minior. Max Shield Form just does nothing. Here I set up a drill run. Crit couldn't have killed me. He reveals that he's adamant here, which makes sense because my speed tiers don't force him to be jolly. And yeah, it's basically bullet punch twice and close combat. So Anubis proving Shardy right, but is absolutely broken. Yeah, so week 1, pretty happy with that performance. However, that I feel was one of my better matchups. May as well say here, for week 2 I basically dropped Tapu Fini, Kyurem and Magneton and pick up Skarmory, yeah, Skarm, something else and something, Milotic and what's it called? Bloody hell. And Raichu. Basically, the whole point is I kept on looking at matches and thinking, oh no, I don't want to bring Tapu Fini because it just sort of gets whittled down because it has no recovery. And I basically thought Skarm's can be a much better wall, also gives me another spike, also gives me more hazards, which is really nice because I don't sort of want to be bringing Rocks Chomp every week, I don't want to bring Star every week, or Rocks Necrozma, because that tends to suffer from quite bad full move slot syndrome. So it gives me a really good hazard stacker, gives me another gives me a defogger, so I'm not missing out anything there. Also gives me a decent dragon resist, because although Tapu Fini is really good, and I know I've dropped Magneton as well, but like either of them. Basically, I looked at it, and unfortunately, Kieran went ahead of Zoroark because there are some. I prefer having the Dark type, and I suppose the second Dragon type is kind of redundant. Let me pick up Raichu, all right down in tier 5, decent Mon, and good speed tier, sort of can go sort of either side, which is quite nice. And yeah, Amilotech, which is finally giving me something, which means I don't have to run Fizdef Necrozma every week, or Spidef Necrozma every week, because it allows me to run offensive Necrozma basically, because it gives me a semi-reliable Walk-on that just makes it a little bit easier for me to play around. Because there are teams which otherwise I just had like there were things which I just had no switch-ins for. I still don't really have good switch-ins for them, but there were just teams where basically they had 2 or 3 things, and every time they came out, something died, and I couldn't. I might win a few matches, but I wasn't really happy playing with that style, because I prefer like a little bit bulkier. Unfortunately, I just drafted really offensive stuff. So anyway, I will stop prattling on mindlessly, and I will get out of here. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you will join me again on the 22nd for my week 2 match.